Well, welcome back. Of course, we're now well into an election campaign here in Saskatchewan, and with me now is none other than the opposition leader, Dwain Lingenfelter of the NDP. Thanks for coming into Prince Albert. What brings you to Prince Albert today?
Well, Colin, today we were in town doing a major announcement on a school-based dental program for children in the province, age 5 to 12. This is a very exciting program that will see children getting their basic dental needs done right in the school, so parents don't have to come from their job, haul them to the dentist, bring them back, with all of the issues around that. And most importantly, it's free to those children aged 5 to 12.
Okay, well, we're going to go through a number of things. We're going to talk about a second bridge for Prince Albert. We're going to talk about campaign promises and the money to pay for it. And I know you had your health platform was released earlier this week. And let's start with the second bridge for Prince Albert. I know you were here several weeks ago, and you said an NDP government would go ahead, push forward a second crossing here in Prince Albert. The Sask party are saying it's not a priority at this time. What are your reasons for doing that?
Well, we just keep hearing from the mayor and city councillors, one of them who's running in our campaign, Ted Zarakowski, doing a tremendous job for our party here running for the NDP. Everyone is saying that I talked to in Prince Albert that it is very much needed, and now especially with the first bridge being in a difficult state of repair. Even when we get it fixed, obviously it's an old bridge, and it's time with an expanding community, a wealthy province and a wealthy budget. Now is the time, because it's the right thing to do and it's needed by the public.
Okay, well, it's an expensive proposal. Numbers get thrown around there, 50 million, 100 million, et cetera, et cetera. That's a lot of money. You've also made a number of other campaign promises. I know the government right now is saying you're up to $1.3 billion in promises. That's a lot of money. Some say that's a recipe for higher taxes or deficits.
No, the New Democratic Party is absolutely committed to two things. One, running a balanced budget, which historically the people in Saskatchewan know that we're capable of doing and have all the time when we're in government. We're very fiscally responsible, and there are no tax increases in the budget platform that we're announcing. What we are talking about is using the money within the system. Every year we have a budget of $500 million for highways and bridges and infrastructure over a 4-year period. Do the quick math on that. The government in the present budget is going to spend $2 billion on highways and infrastructure. The cost of this bridge in Prince Albert is about $100 million. We're agreeing to sponsor half of it, which will mean about $12 million a year for the second bridge in Prince Albert. That's out of a budget that exists of $500 million. So this is not new money we're even talking about. It's coming out of existing budget. Now, I understand why the Sask party is talking about our platform, because people like it. And if they want to continue to sell our platform about how it's going to build a new bridge and dental program for children, well, we'll see how that goes. But I think making life more affordable for the public is what this campaign's about.
I know you'd explained it, but it's hard to wrap your head around a $1.3 billion price tag. And
if you believe that.
I'm not clear where that money's coming from.
But whose number is that? I haven't said that number. That's the opposition party talking about my platform. And I'd be suspicious of what they're saying about my platform, just as I'd urge you to be suspicious what I'm saying about theirs. There is no $1.5 billion in new spending, never was, never will be. These are numbers that the Sask party's making up to discredit our platform that is selling very popular to the public. I heard Bill Boyd say the other day that, in fact, rent control was going to cost the taxpayers a huge amount of money. Well, how is controlling rent costing the taxpayers anything? In fact, there's not a penny out of the public purse to have rent control. Okay,
let's change to potash royalties. Sounds great in theory. Just have the Potash Corporation give the province more money, but isn't that going to cost jobs?
Oh, for sure not. Otherwise, the steelworkers wouldn't have endorsed our platform to do this. Steelworkers are the people who do most of the work in mining. Other unions who do the work in construction all support our plan to take more of the revenues from potash. And I'm not talking about taking a huge amount, but right now, if you look at the gross amount of sales in the province, of potash, we get about a nickel of every dollar of sales that take place. Now on my farm, when I rent my farm, I have someone rent it, they produce, they spend all of the money to produce the grain, and they give me 1/3 of the crop. My view is we're the owners of the potash, and I'm not arguing the potash companies shouldn't make money and their shareholders should get paid, and they should have enough money to expand. But a nickel on a dollar isn't quite the formula that's right for the owner. You and your family own the potash, the members of the community own the potash, and the rent at a nickel on a dollar is not quite right. We should be able to get more than that, and even the experts are saying that the royalty structure is too complicated and we could be getting more.
Okay, let's change topics a little bit. Let's talk about crime. It's an issue in every city across the province, and homelessness and addictions and those sorts of things that are wrapped around that. It's a big issue here in Prince Albert, and some might say your party might be soft on crime.
Well, I think the issue of crime is important, and having more community police is important, and I agree with that. For sure, I'm not soft on crime, and I don't think our party is. But I think you have to be a little more sophisticated than just saying we need more police. That's part of it. But you have to look at what's causing crime. The fact that unemployment, having not enough good housing for families, not having enough support mechanisms within the school. And what I'm trying to put together is a plan that, yes, we need more community policing, but look at the root of what is causing crime in our cities and communities across the province, because if you don't solve that problem, just building more jails and hiring more police is not going to solve the problem of crime.
Okay, let's change gears for one last time. The polls are hard to ignore. You guys are behind. Some say the Sask party have 2/3 of the decided voters. What's the campaign from here? How do you strategize and build up your base a little bit more and play to win?
Well, it's true. We're obviously the underdog, and there's no doubt about that, that after one term in office, it's difficult to defeat a government, and the economy's doing relatively well, so it makes the problem even more difficult. I accept that. But having said that, I've traveled the province enough to know that there are many thousands, tens of thousands of families who are saying, look, in my household, I'm a teacher, or I'm a healthcare worker, or I'm on minimum wage. I'm not sharing in the booming economy. In fact, my wage has been restricted to 1% per year, inflation's 4% per year, and I'm behind by 5, 10, 15% of where I was when the Sask party was elected. So that's our appeal to working people in the province.
We're running out of time. I'm going to have to ask you one last question. I don't have a lot of time, but I'm a first-time voter in the province of Saskatchewan. Why should I vote for a Dwain Lingenfelter government?
First and foremost, because we will make more life more affordable for you and your family and tens of thousands of families in the province. That's my commitment as a newly elected New Democratic Premier in the province of Saskatchewan.
Opposition Leader Dwain Lingenfelter of the NDP, thank you very much for joining us here in Prince Albert. And
my pleasure, totally.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Colin.